Hi, it's me again, Dr. Anthony, your expert behavioral analyst, best-selling author, licensed global coach, and your directional strategist, maximizing you to your full potential. Now today, I want to guide you through the pendulum principle. Pendulum. Where does that word come from? Very interesting. Well, when you think of the word pendulum, it's something like, do you remember the good old grandfather clock that used to go from left to right? Yeah, that annoying clock, especially when you were sleeping and it went dang, dang, and you're busy sleeping. In 1666, a person by the name of Christian Huygens discovered that there was something unique about the grandfather clock that he was the inventor of. What he did was he was lying in his bed and he heard the big clock, he listened to the small clock and realized that the two of them were in the same oscillation. Strange. He got out of his bed, he wound up the little clock, and he was happy to hear a faster oscillation, of course, and the big old grandfather clock was still going at chick, chick, chick. But would you believe that in 45 minutes, the same oscillation? He scratched his head. He took it, dismounted the one, took it to the back to back, and repeated the exercise. And would you believe, in 45 minutes, exactly the same thing, same oscillation. From there, the principle, entrainment. Now, today is about the principle of the pendulum. As we understand that in 45 minutes, the strongest force will become the governing force, and that pendulum will play a major role in business. I can tell you, with me in business, I realized it was all about people. And realizing it was all about people, I couldn't understand how we can sit around a boardroom table and in 45 minutes, I just couldn't get any decision making. There was always one person that had a problem. And then one day, the phone rang for the one person who really was not on the same wavelength. And would you believe it? Like that, decision making followed. And I realized removing the one person from the boardroom brought the entire team into decorum. Now, when it comes to the pendulum principle, you might have to realize in business, if you want to go next level, you better understand the pendulum principle. Because you see, the P stands for personhood. That stands for you and I have to understand who the person is, what makes them tick, where do they come from. You see, every person's got a history. Some come from a poor background, some come from an affluent background, but that doesn't mean that their future can't look different. But their history does play a role. So the past, in the personhood of every person, plays a vital role. Your personhood is determined by who raised you. Your father, if you were fortunate to have a father. Your mother. Your influence from the Sunday school teacher. The later role models in your life. Your personhood, who you are, would be definitely influenced by the people that you're associated with. Now that brings us from the P into person to the E into enigma. What is the part of you that just puzzles people? I want to tell you, every person brings something to the table where they just go, I don't get you. I just don't understand you. Because what you have is just so unique. You see, it's all about left brain and right brain. If you understand the brain, we can so much better understand people. And if you understand people, you can accelerate your business. In fact, this is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use this pendulum principle as later on we're going to take you through the business edge. You better hold tight because business edge is going to take your business and make it top draw. In fact, next level par excellence. But you have to first understand that left brain and right brain plays a vital role. Now, what do we do to get the people to get their left brain and their right brain to connect? Here's a simple little exercise. Try and do it with me. Come humor me for a moment. I want you to put your left hand on your nose and put your right hand on your ear. Clap and swap around. Clap, swap around. Clap, swap around. You'll find it feels like you got two hands. Here's a little tip. This enigma is taken away. The mystery is taken away if you know what to focus on. So I'm going to give you a tip now. When I say left, just concentrate and say left hand on the nose. When I say right right hand on the nose. So here we do again. So we're going to start left hand on the nose. Are you ready? And clap, concentrate right, and clap, concentrate left, and clap, concentrate right. You see? So much easier. That's true. If you understand the working of the left and the right brain, it just makes so much difference. Now, we've had the P for person, we've had the E for enigma, and we have now the N for intuition. I know it's not the I know it's the N. But you see, intuition drives you and I. There's a sense of knowing it's right. It's a sense of knowing it's wrong. But that intuition is vital. How often have you heard that little voice that says, don't go left, go right? And no man, and you go left anyway, and you pay the price. Exactly. Happened to you, it's happened to me. Well, when it comes to the pendulum principle, put it in the business format. Now back to people. You had a little voice that said to you, this person is just not right for this job. Well, why didn't you listen? Move them. If they're not working in their current positioning, move them naturally. You know, every person has got a 10 on their head. John Maxwell says, every person's got a 10 on their head. But you need to see the 10 to be able to manage them to get there. So, as we're looking now at the pendulum principle, that in 45 minutes, that strongest force can change everything in your business. It could be one person that you might have to move out. So P was a person, E was the enigma, and then the N was the intuition, following your intuition. D, this is an important one. As you and I get to this one, we're going to know what is the game changer. In this pendulum, there is definitely a game changer. The word D stands for, what do you think? Yeah, drive. What drives the behavior of that individual? What drives you? You will find some people are driven by results. Other people are driven by recognition, others by appreciation, and some by just wanting to produce excellence. You see, there's no right and there's no wrong. But in business, there are different people responding differently to different situations. And then you and I have to know that we have to understand what drives them. In fact, it's a little bit like this. Some people are introverts and some people are extroverts. None of them are wrong. That's just who they are. So how they get driven depends on the makeup. Now that also sort of defaults us into the next word. From drive into what makes them unique. Yeah. Every person carries a uniqueness. I'm busy with pendulum. I'm busy looking at what people will do to your business edge. Because if you understand the pendulum principle, that in 45 minutes, one person can either make everybody foul mood, or one person in 45 minutes can everybody to go, yes, we can do this. And in fact, if you were here with us last week, the summit, you'll help them reach their summit by understanding this principle of what makes them unique. In fact, you want to ask the question, what makes you unique? Of course, you carry some form of uniqueness. Every person is unique. What makes me unique? The fact that I have learned how to work with people. The fact that I now know how to get results through people. And the good part is, I'm unique at decision making. I know, even if it's wrong, and I can make a decision, I can make it fast. But what makes you unique? So you have to sort of just sort out for yourself what makes you unique. So let's start again from the top. P was for person. E, enigma. N, intuition. D, drive. U, unique. Now we come to something that can be the game changer, level 2. Because remember I said, who you are, understanding what drives you, what drives your behavior, that will be your game changer number 1. But number 2 will be the next word, the L. You want to guess? L stands for? Any takers? Leverage. Do you know how to leverage people to get to the next level? In fact, it's the pendulum effect. If you push it on this side, will it go to this side? And will it come back again? You know, it should be predictable. Leverage says, I can, in business, I can sort of guess what the next step is going to be. I can sort of guess what they're going to do that I need to know and you need to be aware of. Like, for instance, I know when my wife is busy and ready to explode. I just get that look. And we know. I mean, you know, when the cat goes and the canary goes, they look. Well, the same with people. You need to know who they are and how they will pendulum, because you can leverage that. That's right. Sometimes you need somebody with a soft, beautiful demeanor to go into a boardroom and to say, how can I serve? How can I fix this? What are your problems? That person will just have the way of approaching it. Now you're sending a bull into a china shop. Things get broken. People get hurt. Yeah, it doesn't work. So don't leverage the wrong person for the right job. Another way around. Okay? Leverage correctly. The U, that stands for unity. Now, to get unity, normally you have to start with what brings disunity. You want to know the answer? You. That's right. Because there's certain things that you would do and that I would do that will pendulum us, and that will cause in 45 minutes for people to become upset and influenced in such a way that they say, we don't know how to function as a business team. But it's in this unity. Because what might rob you of unity is when you and I, for instance, give into pride. We might even give into ego. We might even give into stubbornness. We might even give into being critical. But it's just, what do you have inside of you that makes you pendulum? And you know that effect is either brings unity or disunity. So in this pendulum principle, you and I need to be so aware that we could be the very key that robs the unity. And lastly, it all comes back to the last M. Because if we can get this one right, we get everything else right. Yep, there you got it. It's about mastery. You and I want to master the pendulum. Because as we master this whole principle of understanding that in 45 minutes, any person can change the mood. Sometimes you want a negative mood. You've got bad results. You're not happy. And you know what? You get somebody that can go in there and pendulum properly. Kick some butt. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But then most of the time, we want people to work together. I mean, it's the 80-20 principle. Let 20% of what you do give you 80% of the results. That's the Pareto principle. So, as you master yourself, let's look at the pendulum principle. Number one, P, the personhood. Understand you, your history, and where do you come from. Then the E, enigma. What makes you unique? What's the mystery about you? The N, what intuition must you apply about yes or no, right or left? Because there's a left brain, there's a right brain. But then the D for drive. So let's go again. P for personhood, E enigma, N intuition, and the D for drive. What drives the behavior of the person? U, what makes them unique? L, what leverage do you and I have? U, yes, the U for either unity or disunity, so that it all comes together with the M, mastery. And now you've heard about the pendulum principle. So I would like to encourage you, go and try the pendulum principle. Go in one day and act miserable. I want to guarantee you, it won't even take 45 minutes. And people will not want to be close to you. They will avoid you, in fact. Or, even if you're not feeling up to it, go into there and decide you're going to pendulum positively. You're going to go in there and have a step in your spring and say, yes, baby, this is going to be an awesome day. And don't say this is going to be an awesome day. Let it sound, it's going to be an awesome day, okay? Let your pendulum work for you. Because as you become a master of the pendulum, you can go next level. Give us your comments right down here. Tell us what you think and let us encourage you. And remember, I'm setting you up because when I get to Business Edge is going to take you to your maximum level. This is Dr. Anthony, your directional strategist, maximizing your full potential. See you again.